Lily and Kevin decided to take a walk downtown and enjoy a quiet day off. She just asked him why Spencer had called him the enforcer, and Kevin was about to tell his wife everything that he'd been keeping from her. But before he could begin to divulge all his secrets to her, his phone suddenly rang.
"Hey, Kevin, what are you doing right now?"
He could hear Marshall's rough voice at the other end of the line. "I'm home. What's wrong?" Kevin asked curiously. Ever since he came back from his meeting with the Alliance, Kevin had let Marshall take over his duties as Alliance manager. They hadn't been in touch with each other in a long time, so Kevin knew that something serious must be going on.
"It's not a big deal. I just want to let you know that the executive director's birthday is in 2 days. Everyone needs to drop what they're doing and head back to headquarters for the celebration. Don't forget that you're our messenger now,"
Marshall reminded him. "I understand, but we've got 2 days, don't we? Why are you panicking?" Kevin replied sharply.
"No panic. Just keeping you in the loop. Gotta run,"
Marshall said as he hung up. After putting his phone away, Kevin started to have some doubts. He thought that since this was an important gathering, his mentor, the Night King, might be there too. Kevin had a ton of questions for him. On top of that, he had a vague feeling that this would be a crucial meeting. What worried him was that even though Chicago wasn't the largest city in the country, both the Myriads and the Alliance were interested in it. And now the School for the Healing Arts had decided to open a campus too. The city was crawling with powerful people who were interested in herbal meds and martial training. It had Kevin curious. While Kevin was contemplating these things, Lily asked him, "Who was that on the phone, honey?" "Just a friend," Kevin laughed casually. 2 hours later, Lily and Kevin were taking a stroll hand in hand. Lily was eating a soft pretzel they'd gotten from a street vendor. She was feeling like a kid again as she explained to Kevin that she used to have the same treat when she was a kid. "Kevin, why don't we go into that jewelry store over there?" Lily asked sweetly. "Are you sure, honey? We've been walking for over an hour." Kevin felt that if the school had a shopping contest, Lily would win first place, hands down. "Come on, let's go in. I'm in the mood to get some new jewelry," she said coyly. Lily was so excited that she started tugging on Kevin's arm. He finally gave in and the two of them headed into the store. As soon as they walked in, Lily spotted a diamond ring that she wanted. The sales associate noticed that Lily was interested in the ring and walked over to them with a big smile. "This ring is a new arrival, and there's nothing like it in all of Chicago. It's called the Starry Sky Ring." "That's a good name for it," Kevin commented as he admired the brilliant stone. They then heard a delicate voice nearby saying, "Wow, what a beautiful ring. Hubby, can you buy it for me?" Kevin and Lily looked over and saw a couple walking towards them. The man looked like a successful businessman and he carried himself well. The woman was very pretty, but maybe not quite as pretty as Lily.
"Lily, what a coincidence to bump into you here," the man said cheerfully.
What Kevin didn't know was that the man's name was Clancy Redmond and the woman's name was Danica. They were both Lily's classmates from college. Clancy had chased after Lily back in the day, but he obviously ended up with someone else. "What a coincidence. I didn't expect to see you guys here," Lily exclaimed as she smiled awkwardly. "And I never expected to cross paths with you here." Danica stared at Lily with an unfriendly gaze. Even though any relationship between Lily and Clancy was long over, Danica was still afraid that they'd rekindle their romance.
"What did you say, Danica?"
Clancy pouted. "Nothing at all. Don't tell me you still have feelings for her," his wife replied in an odd tone of voice. Then she looked disapprovingly at Kevin and remarked, "Oh my, Lily, it's been so long since I last saw you. Have things really gotten that bad? Back in school, all the richest guys were after you. How did you end up with this loser?" Lily was obviously irritated at her comment, and Kevin furrowed his brow. This was far from being a friendly reunion. Danica was being downright hostile. "Don't worry about me, Danica. I'm doing just fine." Lily replied coldly. That's not what I heard. Everyone in town knows your husband's been freeloading off your family for 3 years. He even went to prison for assault and battery. Danica declared loudly enough so everyone in the store could hear it. They all turned around and stared at Kevin.
Is that true, Lily? You know, if you're having problems, your husband can join our company. I'll make the arrangement so he can start bringing in a decent salary.
Clancy offered with a smile. It sounded like a nice offer, but Lily could tell he had an ulterior motive. He was obviously still interested in her. Clancy had missed Lily a lot after college, but he never expected to get another chance with her. Now it looked like he might be able to take advantage of Lily's troubles with her husband. There's no need for that. My husband is doing very well now, thank you, Lily replied as she turned around and held Kevin's hand. Hubby, let's go home. I'm suddenly feeling a little tired. Okay, honey, Kevin answered quickly. He didn't want to waste any more time with these two. Then he asked the sales associate, "How much is the ring we were looking at?" "How could a delinquent like you even afford it?" Danica sneered. Then she turned to the associate and asked, "Are you going to wrap this up for me?" "There's something that I may not have made clear," the saleswoman replied hesitantly. "It's from a very exclusive designer, and you may find it a bit on the expensive side." "No matter how much it costs, I'm sure my husband will gladly buy it for me," Danica said confidently. "In that case, the price is $7 million, she told her excitedly. The associate knew that she would get a hefty commission for the sale. When Clancy heard this, he took a deep breath and thought to himself,
"That's a little friggin' expensive. It may be easier just to steal one."
Even though Clancy had been in business for a few years and had been pretty successful, he had nowhere near that much money to throw around, a few $1,000s at the most.
"Why don't we look at something else, sweetie? That's really expensive,"
Clancy said softly. But Danica wouldn't give up. "I don't care. I want this ring, and I want it right now," she insisted. Clancy wasn't from a wealthy family like Lily, so he didn't have very deep pockets. For Danica, this was a matter of pride. She wanted to show her old classmate that she was just as well off now. Kevin could see how embarrassed Clancy was and commented, "I don't think the question is whether or not you want the ring. It sounds like your husband may not have enough funds to cover it right now." "My husband is a successful person. Do you think he's just a sponge like you?" Danica snapped back haughtily.
"He's right, honey. We can't afford this ring,"
Clancy admitted nervously. "I don't care. I want it, and you'll just have to find a way to get it for me," she practically demanded. The sales associate understood what was going on and told them, "I'm sorry, but we have other customers to attend to." And then she started to walk away. "Hubby, let's go home," Lily repeated. Even though she liked the ring a lot, she knew that $7 million was still a big chunk of change. It might be too much for Kevin to handle. "Don't worry, Lily. Since you like it so much, let's buy it," Kevin said with a warm smile.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.